The 7 activities I will list in this video might seem like a good idea right now, but in the long run, they could actually have disastrous consequences for your personal financial situation. Avoid these money traps at all costs. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Finance Kid. As always, I'm Dion, and in this video, I want to give you 7 money traps to avoid at all costs during and after the pandemic. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. If you have not, please consider subscribing, as there will be more updates on the stimulus situation as well as personal finance tips in the future. The coronavirus pandemic has sent the entire nation into frenzy. As a result, people may make hasty decisions when it comes to their money, which could cost you a lot in the future. The truth is, with this pandemic, a lot more can go off the rails, and the consequences can be very, very costly. A bit of adjustment will be required with everything that's going on, that is for sure, but you should try to remain patient when it comes to money. I know this might sound hard or almost impossible when in financial struggles, but try to avoid these money mistakes at all costs. By the way, let me know down in the comments, how are you handling your finances during this pandemic? So the first money trap to avoid is taking a payday loan. This is by far probably the worst money mistake you can do during those crazy times. I know things are hard for many Americans. People lost their jobs and cannot afford their bills, but a predatory loan is not the solution. These loans come with a national average interest rate of 391%. 391%. That is insane. I truly despise companies that are preying on the weak. And those payday loans can hurt you financially to such a degree that it may take you a while to recover. So stay away from taking an additional debt as much as possible. The second money trap to avoid is skipping your payments, any current loans, credit cards, or any other bills. With the coronavirus pandemic, a lot of banks and other institutions are allowing people to delay their payments. However, financial experts say that it's better to pay your installments, especially if you're in a position to do so, than delaying those payments, because that comes with a cost. Once the pandemic is over, you still have to repay all that money. Keep that in mind. So if you can afford it now, make sure you make those payments, even if it's just the minimum amount required, because you don't want to be hit with a whole pile of bills when everything settles down. The third money trap to avoid is taking money out of your retirement accounts, especially early withdrawals. By exiting your investments at a loss or withdrawing money early, you can create a permanent damage to your wealth and your financial future. Panic selling is never a good idea. But what is even worse is taking money out of your retirement account early. First of all, based on the account, you will have to pay early withdrawal fees, usually somewhere around 10%. In addition to that, you will most likely pay income tax on those money as well. So if you do the math, it will cost you a fortune to take out those money. Avoid this money mistake if you can, because in the long run, it will cost you, especially if you're at a young age. Retirement funds are meant for your golden years to ensure you don't end up being financially dependent on somebody else. The fourth mistake to avoid is purchases with installments or leases. If you find yourself itching to have that latest gadget, take comfort, you're not alone. Roughly half of Americans actually cut back on their expenses just to be able to afford new technology. And that is according to the CNBC's All America Economy Survey. Or maybe you're itching for a new ride and that low lease payment seems very attractive to you right now. Don't forget, those phone carriers, gadget stores, and car dealerships are all hurting right now as well. They will do anything they can to make their low payment deals look appealing to as many people as they can. So when the big names out there, they start ditching contracts and instead offering payment plans that allows you to lease expensive gadgets like iPhones, for example, or a new vehicle, many people will unfortunately take the bait. I hope you don't. Stay away from these money traps and do not lock yourself into a new payment plan for something shiny, especially not in this economic situation. Let me know down in the comments when was the last time you bought something on an installment plan, for example. The fifth money trap to avoid is buying a bunch of stock you think will do well. And don't get me wrong, when the markets dip 30 to 40%, it is a great time to buy. However, if you sink a bunch of money into a company you expect to do well because of the pandemic, and then you lose it, the money is likely gone forever. It could also jeopardize your financial security because you won't have the money to cover your living expenses when you need it. This is a money trap to avoid for sure, but most of all, be smart where you invest. Some companies are doing better than ever in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic because their products are in great demand at this moment. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're your best option for a long-term investment. Do not buy in all the fluff right now and do your own research. And I will tell you what I mean by doing your own research with the next money mistake you need to avoid. But make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, let me know down in the comments if there is anything else you believe people should avoid during these pandemic times. And the sixth money mistake to avoid is falling for the get-rich-quick schemes and the gurus out there. Like I said in the last money trap you need to avoid, do not fall blindly for all the fluff and those gurus and wannabe investors out there. In hard economic times, a lot of gurus are born. People that have the best advice, the best stock picks, the best way for you to make easy money, and who knows what other lies out there. It doesn't matter how much you're hurting financially. The last thing you want to do is fall victim to a scam artist. So make sure you don't make a mistake of following somebody else's get-rich-quick tutorial or educational program. I can tell you right now, it's a waste of your time and your money. By the way, do you know somebody that has been scammed before? Let me know down in the comments, please. And the seventh money trap to avoid, my favorite, timeshares. And in addition, probably some traveling over the next few months as well. So there is one industry out there that comes popping over and over and over again, especially during economic downfalls, and that is timeshare sales. I'm sure you've heard all this before. For only a few $100s a year, you can have this condo all to yourself, enjoy the beautiful sunny beaches. It includes all the comfort of a home and then some. Well, before you buy a timeshare, I dare you to go online and check their reputation and online reviews. Probably one of the industries with the worst reviews possible. Booking complaints, billing complaints, quality complaints, and a lot more. When you want to go on a vacation, find a good deal and book it yourself. Or use a travel agency. That is my advice. But you probably shouldn't be doing that right now either. Flights are unusually affordable right now, as airlines have dropped their prices in response to the plummeting demand, obviously. Traveling might seem like a good way to get away from all this, but it means taking an unnecessary risk. Not to mention, you can't travel to that many places right now anyway, and we don't know when we can travel freely again. So don't spend unnecessary money on plane tickets, at least in the foreseeable future, because most likely you will not get those money back if you're not allowed to travel. Yes, airlines will give you a credit to use at a later date, but they will not issue a refund. Let me know down in the comments if you had to cancel any flights lately. Personally, I went through a nightmare with Lufthansa. So there you have it. 7 money traps to avoid during and after this pandemic. Changing your perspective and making smart choices during this pandemic, and especially after that, is imperative. Don't fall for these money traps. Outsmart and outlast the pandemic without getting yourself into a worse financial situation that we're already in. I hope this video brought some value to you. Please make sure to hit the share button if somebody needs to see this. Thank you for pushing your financial mindset towards a better reality. Make sure also to hit the subscribe button and that bell notification so you stay up to date with my content. Until next time, stay positive, master your finances, and take a good care of yourself and those around you.